Today, Cracking the Code of Spy Movies dives into a new edition of our monthly Spy Movie News, giving spy movie fans all the info you need, quickly. Never Too Old to Die, The Sympathizer, Agent, Davos, Maude vs. Maude, Tiger vs. PATHAAN, and Slow Horses are just some of the upcoming spy movies or series that will fill you in on today in our Spy Movie News, April 25th, 2023 edition. Hi, this is Dan. Let's get to it. Here's some upcoming spy entertainment for us. Here's the latest, both in theatrical and streaming releases. Never Too Old to Die. Okay, let's start with what will be a comedy spy movie starring 76-year-old Sylvester Stallone called Never Too Old to Die. I only mention his age because this movie is about a retired spy. Sounds familiar? That's Stallone's character. He has retired to a retirement home for spies. Of course, a murder happens in the home, and Stallone's character must find the assassin. All right, given that James Bond should have stayed retired for his health's sake, maybe Sly should do as well. We'll see. Never Too Old to Die is an Amazon Studios project. We haven't seen a release date yet, but we'll update you when we learn more. The Sympathizer. A new spy series is coming to Max, HBO's rebranding of HBO Max, in 2024. This series, The Sympathizer, is based on the Pulitzer Prize-winning novel of the same name. Australian actor Hoa Shande is a North Vietnamese spy. He does his spying in Los Angeles, California's refugee community. Joining Shande in the cast are Sandra Oh, Fred Nguyen Khan, Toan Le, Ki Du-yen, and Robert Downey Jr. The official trailer shows Downey Jr. in many different roles, all made up so each role he plays looks very different. It also says that the series is coming in 2024. The official tagline for the movie says, quote, an espionage thriller and cross-culture satire about the struggles of a half-French, half-Vietnamese communist spy during the final days of the Vietnam War and his resulting exile in the United States. As The Sympathizer is supposed to come out next year, we'll keep you posted as more information becomes available. Maude vs. Maude. Warner Brothers won a bidding war for the movie Maude vs. Maude. This movie will star two Oscar winners, Angelina Jolie and Halle Berry. Not much is out about this one, but according to Deadline.com, quote, an insider describes the pick as a Bond versus Bourne type of global action thriller with locations to be announced, unquote. Wow. Sounds good. Okay, so that's not much to go on, but that's all we have on this one at this point. We'll have to wait to find out more. Ghosts of Beirut. Showtime has a 4-part drama coming out on May 19th, 2023 called Ghosts of Beirut. The series is based on a real-life operation. A 21-year-old is a Lebanese tourist who was able to avoid capture from both the CIA and Mossad. Amazingly, he was able to avoid capture for 2 decades. An article in Variety.com tells us that he was responsible for more American deaths than any other individual prior to 9/11. Dina Shahabi, Dermot Mulroney, Garrett Dillahunt, and Hisham Suleiman are the key actors. Lior Raz and Avi Issacharoff are behind this, which is promising. They brought us the wonderful spy series, Fauda. When we said Ghosts of Beirut will come out on May 19th, that is the streaming date. It will be on air on Showtime on May 21st, 2023. Davos. Dominique Davenport and David Cross will star in the spy drama Davos. The 6-part series was launched for pre-sales at MIP TV. This is another series based on real-world events. This time it is from when secret services were beginning in Europe. The role Switzerland had in World War I is at the heart of this series. The spa town of Davos is in focus as a hotspot of secret agents leading up to the war. A nurse is thrust into the middle of it. She starts working for the German Secret Service in an attempt to get back her child. While doing so, she becomes part of a risky plan that could determine whether there will be war or peace. Davos was created in German and Swiss German. It will have English subtitles and will be dubbed in French and Italian. Davos is expected to be available at the end of 2023. Agent. India is becoming a hotspot for spy movies. In fact, the next few spy movies we're going to talk about are from India. First is an Indian spy movie that will be released in theaters this weekend on April 28th, 2023. Unfortunately, the name of this one is Agent. We say unfortunately because this title will mess up searches for years to come. Okay, this is another South Indian movie released in the Telugu language with English subtitles. It's directed by Surendra Reddy and stars Akhil Akineni and an unnamed rogue agent. The actor Mahmoodi plays Colonel Mahadev, who has to catch this rogue agent. The Indian audience will recognize the 71-year-old Mahmoodi as he's appeared in over 400 movies. This looks like a real good one, and we like that it will be released theatrically. That said, in the Chicago market, we've only found it in one theater, so we aren't sure how limited this release will be. Tiger versus Pathaan. And now we'll talk about another spy movie from India. We like the Indian movie Pathaan and released a no-spoiler review of it. Check that one out. Pathaan is the biggest hit in India in 2023. In Pathaan, actor Shah Rukh Khan and Salman Khan joined forces, with Salman Khan in a cameo role. Well, now these two stars will be leading a movie together for the first time since 1995 in the movie Tiger vs. Pathaan. This isn't much of a surprise, as this was hinted at the end of Pathaan. However, it's cool to see them take this relationship forward. We don't have much on the plot, but this movie should be a huge hit in India, and if Pathaan is any indication, worldwide it will be as well. This will be another movie in the YRF Aditya Chopra spy universe and will be released after Tiger 3. Tiger 3 is the next spy movie to be released in the Yash Raj Films portfolio and is expected to be released in November 2023. Tiger vs. Pathaan will start filming in January 2024. Based on what we saw in Pathaan, we're excited to see how this all turns out. War 2. Another movie is in this spy universe from India that is under development is War 2. War 2 will star NTR Jr. He was the lead in the hit movie RRR. Joining NTR Jr. will be Hrithik Roshan. This one is a bit further out, and the details are scant. That said, we'll be watching what's going on with this spy universe and all of the movies they're making out of it. We'll let you know what we find out. Citadel. As we told you in our March Spy Movie News, this Friday is the release date for the first 2 episodes of Citadel. Amazon Prime is the streamer for this one. The final 4 episodes will be released weekly through May 26th. We'll be talking about Citadel for a while and are eager to see what it ends up being. The cast is phenomenal with Richard Madsen, Priyanka Chopra Jonas, and Stanley Tucci. Well, they're planning season 2 already. Production for season 2 will move from the UK to the US state of California. Tax credits are the main reason for this, and the series being awarded $25 million in tax incentives. All right, let's talk about a spy movie that doesn't even have a title yet, but it is set to star Sebastian Stan and Maria Bakalova. It'll be directed by Paul Feig. This untitled movie is expected to be another spy comedy and is in early development. The script will be written by Jenny Bix and will focus on a failed double agent who becomes an unlikely success. So, we have the Apple series Slow Horses, which is a non-comedy about failed agents who get a second chance. This new movie will be about a failed double agent, and it will be a comedy, as we said. Slow Horses. And speaking of the fantastic series Slow Horses, Hugo Weaving and Joanna Scanlon have joined the cast for Season 4. Yes, Season 3 isn't out yet, but they've already started filming Season 4. Supposedly Season 4 will open with a bombing. Season 5 and 6 are also rumored to be developed. Kandahar. Another movie we've been anticipating is Kandahar. We don't have any news on this one. However, we want to remind you that it has a May 26, 2023 release date in movie theaters. This will be the weekend before our next spy movie news. The Gray Man 2. We liked The Gray Man when it came out, and we released a non-spoiler review of it. Well, the Russo brothers have confirmed that a sequel, The Gray Man 2, gets an exciting update. Check out digitalspy.com. We liked The Gray Man when it came out. We mentioned at that time that there was the thought that this would become a franchise. Well, the Russo brothers, who were behind the first movie, have announced that a script is being developed for The Gray Man 2. They haven't said which book this new movie will be based on. The first movie included parts from multiple books in the Gray Man series, so we're eager to find out where they take this one. Hey, GE Productions did that with the James Bond novels, right? They took pieces in different novels and put them together in movies. So we're looking forward to this. Let's look at Night Agent. One of the hottest shows on Netflix for the last month is the spy series Night Agent. This is the show about an agent who works in the basement of the White House waiting to answer a phone that never rings until it does. We thoroughly enjoyed Night Agent and are happy to let you know that Season 2 has been announced. We don't have any details on Season 2, except that it will happen. We'll keep you up to date as more information comes out. Here's some actor updates. Jeremy Renner. We told you in January about the devastating accident that Jeremy Renner had with a snowplow. Well, we have some good news on his recovery. Renner made 2 television appearances in April. The first was an interview with Diane Sawyer. He was seated for that one. Next, he appeared on Jimmy Kimmel Live, walking out with a cane and looking quite well. Finally, Renner toured Six Flags Magic Mountain riding on a scooter. This is all great news, and we wish Jeremy Renner a continued speedy recovery. Topol was a spy? We mentioned in last month's spy movie news the death of Chaim Topol, who played Tevye in Fiddler on the Roof and Columbo in For Your Eyes Only. Well, it may be that Topol was a spy in real life. Well, his family has since told an Israeli newspaper that Topol not only worked as an actor, but used his fame to work for Mossad. According to an article on FoxNews.com, the family says he, quote, often took trips abroad with a miniature camera and tape recorder, unquote. The article also talks about him installing eavesdropping equipment in an apartment. Topol was friends with Zvi Malkin, who was part of the Mossad squad that captured Nazi Adolf Eichmann. The article talks about Topol's relationship with Malkin and some of their exploits. So, it looks like our pistachio-eating spy friend really was a spy. All right, James Bond, Bond 26. We've heard it all. But the latest is that they have no script, no casting has been done, and maybe the new Bond would be a 30-something who no one has heard of. That's about all this warrants. Will we ever see another Bond movie? Who knows? That's all we got. Industry news. There's a writer's strike. Uh-oh. Well, it looks like we might have another writer's strike. The members of the Writers Guild of America have authorized a strike if no deal is had by May 1st. The vote was 97.85% in favor of authorizing the strike. As per usual, as the entertainment industry evolves, the contracts don't seem to keep up. The last strike was in 2017. This time, the issues are around compensation, especially with streaming taking more importance, pension and health funds, and professional standards and protection in the employment of writers. Let's hope that if a strike happens, it is a short one. As we mentioned earlier, there's a lot of spy entertainment in development. We'd hate to see a huge delay in these shows. Cineworld. We've told you in a few spy movie news episodes about the struggles Cineworld has been having. Well, maybe we have some good news. Cineworld has filed a reorganization plan after reaching a conditional agreement with lenders. This doesn't mean they're out of the woods yet. An article on Deadline.com says, quote, the group said it had received non-binding proposals for some or all of its assets, but determined that absent an all-cash bid, significantly in excess of the value established under the proposed restructuring, it will cease seeking a buyer for its businesses in the U.S., UK, and Ireland. The chain will continue to consider the proposals received for its rest of the world business, it is said at the time, unquote. Well, since that Deadline article, there has been an update on the rest of the world business. Cineworld Group has decided not to sell the rest of the world business as the bids it received didn't meet the required levels. So the saga continues, but with a reorganization plan and increased theater attendance, we hope the situation resolves favorably. Goodbye, Netflix DVDs. You remember DVDs. In a move that should not be a surprise, Netflix has announced that they will be shutting down DVD.com, with the last discs being shipped on September 29th, 2023. DVD.com was the mechanism people used to order DVDs for home rental. Given how streaming has overtaken DVD use, this makes sense. However, some customers who don't stream content aren't happy to see the red envelopes disappear. In memoriam, Sharon Acker. Sharon Acker passed at the age of 87. She's probably best known for her work on the movies Point Blank and Happy Birthday to Me. Spy television fans will have seen Miss Acker in the TV shows Get Smart, Wild Wild West, Alias Smith and Jones, Mission Impossible, The Delphi Bureau, and Our Man Flint, Dead on Target. Jacques Aiken. Jacques Aiken has passed at 72. Many will remember his work on 21 Bridges, Venom, and The Fate of the Furious. However, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Parts 1 and 2, and The Hidden are probably his best-known works. Spy movie fans will have seen his work behind the camera in Chaos Factor and Assignment Berlin. Norman Reynolds. Two-time Oscar winner Norman Reynolds has passed at 89. Reynolds won his Oscars as the production and art designer on Raiders of the Lost Ark and Star Wars. He was also nominated for an Oscar for his work on 4 other movies. He had 4 BAFTA nominations, winning 1. Spy movie fans will recognize his work as production designer on the 1996 movie Mission Impossible. Leo D. Sullivan. Animator Leo D. Sullivan has passed at 82. He was the animator on the opening to the television show Soul Train. He also worked on Flash Gordon, Brave Star, The Incredible Hulk, Fat Albert, and many more. Spy TV fans will have seen his work on the animated series Undercover Elephant. In 1979 and 1991, Sullivan was honored by the Black Filmmakers Hall of Fame. All right, that's a wrap. This has been Dan from SpyMovieNavigator.com and our show, Cracking the Code of Spy Movies. Please help us out and subscribe to our show through your favorite podcast app. Thanks for being a listener. We appreciate it. Thank you.